Steinbrück is getting plenty of attention these days. He served as German finance minister during the banking crisis. Today, he's a member of parliament. Not a minister, but he's still quite popular. He appeared with actress Iris Berben at the German Film Academy in Berlin to present his favorite film titled The Deer Hunter. The German public seems to want to know everything about this social democrat politician. Steinbrück has his own theory on why that's happening.
I'm in demand. Apparently, the things I've published, the columns I've written, and the speeches I've given have aroused people's curiosity. But as to why, you'll have to ask the people at the events. If I tell you myself, and I understate things, people will say I'm strange. If I overestimate myself, they'll say I'm arrogant.
Some members of his own party would agree. Steinbrück has earned his place in the SPD's upper echelons, but he's not universally popular among his colleagues. As the party's parliamentary group leader, Frank-Walter Steinmeier leads the Bundestag's SPD legislators. For his part, Steinbrück is seen as more of an outsider, but with plenty of ambition and plenty of public support. Pollster Richard Helmer is impressed. Going into the SPD's party convention, Steinbrück is his party's most popular politician. His approval ratings are even better than Chancellor Merkel's.
It's remarkable that Steinbrück is in second place among the top politicians, because he's the only one who doesn't hold a position in the party or government. But he can hold his own, because the people seem to have positive memories of him as finance minister when he dealt with a similar crisis after Lehman Brothers collapse. That's still helping him.
Steinbrück got a warm reception at an event for German employers. They've never been one of the SPD's core constituencies, but they seem to respect Steinbrück's management savvy and his finance background. And also the last Social Democrat government's tax cuts.
I still haven't gotten that case of sparkling wine you were going to send me.
Steinbrück has his eye on the big names in German politics, including the Chancellor. That's put him on a collision course with her conservatives, who were previously coalition partners with the SPD.
With all due respect and recognition of direct efforts at crisis management, this government has not followed a coherent policy on the crisis. I also get the impression that the current commitments will be less and less sustainable and eventually dropped due to pressure from the rest of Europe.
Steinbrück is priming himself and his party for a comeback, but some Social Democrats don't like the lineup. 2 years after the worst election defeat in its history, the party doesn't want to name its chancellor candidate too soon.
It makes no sense to throw a candidate into the race only to turn them into a clay pigeon for others to take aim at. I think that's absolute nonsense.
But the talk shows have taken note of Steinbrück, and former Chancellor Helmut Schmidt, a Social Democrat, says he'd make a good candidate for Germany's top post.
Mr. Schmidt, can you tell us why the right man for the job is sitting right here?
Because right now we need political leaders who know what they're talking about when it comes to the financial crisis or the debt crisis, for instance. And he's one of the people who really knows what he's talking about.
You have nothing to say, Mr. Steinbrück?
The conversation's completely passing me by.
But Steinbrück isn't exactly popular with the party's left wing.
What's important is accomplishing the party platform, and that's how we agree on people. It's like a marathon. The people who start right at the beginning and run fast get winded in the end.
SPD leaders could use that to their advantage. These two men are rumored to want in the race, Steinmeier and party chair Sigmar Gabriel. They're gearing up for the SPD party conference, but they've yet to reveal their own ambitions. If those plans include the chancellery, Steinbrück could be a major roadblock.